What's going on, everybody? I'm John J. II, and this is Gym Promotions. Today we have a very, very special treat for you guys. I'm here with one of our own Gym Gaming streamers, Team Yonan. Jeremy, how are we doing today, bro?
Doing great. How you doing?
Doing amazing. A beautiful Wednesday here in East Lansing. Actually got out, played some golf, played about 18 holes a day over at Ironwood, where we just won the Corona Cup 3.0. Three-time winner. Don't want to toot my own horn. Had a good time out there, but let me ask you this. So how is the whole streaming in like the whole experience? How has it been so far? And just how do you like streaming so far? I guess it's kind of a vague question, but we'll dive a little deeper into it here in a second. But how has your experience been with streaming thus far?
Thus far, I'm pretty new to it. Just started. Really got into it back in March around, I don't know, I'd say probably like March 5th or so is when I initially started on 5th or 7th, started on Facebook gaming. Before that, I did a little bit with Mixer back in the day. Nothing too crazy, just for, fun. I had a Connect, I think it was, that I was trying to stream with, which quality was terrible. But then I did Twitch for a little bit, and then I realized Facebook gaming had a market for it. And I thought it would just, hit a bigger market with Facebook gaming. So I decided to switch to that. And so far it's been going great. It's I'm almost up to 250 followers now. So it's been a fun experience so far. A little difficult at times, but overall fun.
Yeah, you're making strides, and we see it, and it's very evident that you're making those strides. And I'm really proud of what you've been what you've been doing thus far with the whole streaming thing. So let's talk about that transition from Twitch off or over to Facebook gaming. I know that that's a much larger market. It's definitely more easily translatable. I think with your personal Facebook, if people are involved with Facebook, and you have an audience already on Facebook. I know, especially for just having the Gin Pros page on Facebook, helps me do that and helps me really touch my and get in touch with my local network. I think that's a big jump that a lot of people have to make in transitioning, getting people to get their eyes on a new website, a new platform such as Twitch. I feel like is more difficult than Facebook gaming. So how have you seen that transition really benefit you?
Like I said, I was new to Twitch. I think I streamed on Twitch maybe for 2 months, 3 months. But yeah, I guess the growth on Twitch is a lot slower, like you were saying. And then I saw an opening with the Facebook gaming, reach larger audiences. Because Twitch, you essentially have to find you're streaming towards an audience that already is into gaming, and the Facebook, you can reach family, you can reach friends that you're already, it's all connected already. So you reach a lot of people that aren't even, one, into gaming themselves, or two, whatever, create a Twitch account just to watch you. You would share, every now and then I'd post a link to my Twitch account, to come watch. But the odds of getting someone to transition over to watch you on Twitch, if they're not a gamer, are super slim. So, I like the move I made to Facebook. I think it's a lot more potential than Twitch would be.
Definitely, I definitely understand that, and I think that's something that made Team Yonan such a lucrative opportunity to sign to Gin Gaming. It made it really easy for us to share his stream on our Facebook page, and they can watch it directly from that shared post, and it makes it a lot easier for, like you said, family, friends, and everybody else that's already in your immediate circle to get involved and really watch and tune into that stream. And then they don't have to even leave the website. So it's really nice. I really like it. So tell us a little bit about the games that you play. So I noticed you play a lot of Warzone. Is there anything else that you play, or?
Currently, no. Currently, I've just been on the Warzone kick as of lately. Typically, the only other games, like I have played Apex here and there. I used to play that. I used to play the Fortnite. Those just kind of, the next new thing came out, which was the Warzone, and I like the Battle Royale style games. So that's typically what I'm sticking with now. I also do play Madden here and there. So once the new Madden drops, I'll be probably streaming quite a few games of that. So, but typically it's the sports games. Every now and then I'll play a little golf. But sports and Battle Royale style first-person shooters.
Yeah, I noticed that is pretty popular amongst the vast majority of streamers. They like to engulf themselves in the Battle Royale experience, and it's very popular. It's very, especially very popular right now amongst both gamers, streamers, and just viewers of streamers. Let me ask you this question real quick. Where do you aspire to be with your stream, say, I don't know, 6 months to a year from now? Where do you see yourself being? And that's a tough question, but just, about it. yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean, I first started out, I just wanted to see, I enjoyed playing the games, and I wanted to try to learn how to stream. But, the more I do it, the more passion I have for it. Like I just went out and I was streaming, and my laptop I had was just not cutting it. So I went out and made an investment so I could bring better content, better quality, do more things for the viewers. And it's a learning process for me. So hopefully in 6 months, I can finally figure out Facebook gaming and business page and the whole Streamlabs Justifix. That's the OBS that I use to stream with. I'm hoping, I'm still going to be here streaming 6 months to a year from now. I know that for sure, but I'm just hoping for my audience to grow and for me to, get better with the the computer software and the technical side of it, because that's the biggest struggle for me. It's hard to capture an audience, keep viewers, keep people entertained, but then it's even harder when you're trying to learn all the technical side to it as well. So
I totally understand that. That's something that I had as a learning experience for myself, and I'm still learning a lot. So for our other two Gin gaming streamers, I've made borders for them and things like that. And I plan on doing something like that for you too, if you need me to. I've got really acclimated with Adobe Illustrator. Had to make some graphics, do things like that. And it's an awesome learning experience, especially from me on the back end. And it's a learning process, just like everything else that I'm doing and that you're doing. And it's fun, it's fun learning a new skill and really using it to potentially benefit yourself. So let me ask you this: do you plan on making streaming a full-time job at any point in your life, or just kind of something that's a hobby?
As of right now, it's a hobby. I mean, I stream so much, it kind of feels like a full-time job, but right now it's a hobby. Yeah, I would love to make it somewhat of a full-time gig. I mean, if everything's going the way it's going, I could see myself doing it for a long time. And I mean, it's not about, making all the money from it. It's, about having a good time and making good content. And, but yeah, I could definitely see myself moving towards that direction. Obviously, I'll always still be doing other things as well, but in my spare time, yeah, I'd love to make this kind of a full-time gig eventually.
Well, that's good. And I watch your stream quite a bit, and I see the passion. I see the want to really engage with your audience and really do what you got to do to think outside the box. You even have the wig days where you wear the crazy wig. I think that's an awesome touch. And I really enjoy that. And I think that your viewers really enjoy that too. Yeah, right there. And
Yep.
I've seen a purple one before too. So you got to have multiple of those.
Oh yeah, I got 3 so far.
Wow. He's the wig guy, guys. That's really sweet. And that's the kind of thing that's going to give you the edge, because in this day and age, with how much streamers there are and how many are out there, you really almost got to work 10 times harder just to make yourself stand out and make yourself really appear different. And, people got to see you and be like, wow, this guy, there's something special about this guy that's going to make me come back and make me watch him time after time, week after week, whenever this guy's streaming. And you do stream quite a bit. And that's the key, is getting the content out consistently and reliably, so that your audience stays connected and they don't lose sight or touch of you. And that's really important too, is keeping that grasp on your immediate audience and then building from that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's really important, and I hope you stick with it, because it is a lot. It's an investment, just like the streams that I do, the podcasts we do over here at Gin. It's a lot, because we all have full-time jobs. We have things on top of what we're doing, but we're passionate about what we're doing, so we're willing to put in those extra hours, that extra effort to make it work. So it's really sweet. Tell me about your rig a little bit. Tell me about what your equipment is, graphics cards, things of that nature. I'm interested to see and hear what you're working with.
All right, so that's the stuff I'm not familiar with, but I'll attempt to explain it. So right now, I play. I'm a console player. I play through Xbox. I have an Xbox One, and then I run everything through a Elgato capture card. And then that runs right into, I just got the new laptop I got is an MSI i7, and then I think it's like a 3060 graphics card for that, and 16 gigabytes. And yeah, that's about the extent of that.
I figured that one would stump you, so I just wanted to see how you handled it. You did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But that's really cool, and having the equipment to get the job done. I mean, that's just half the battle. And making sure that you have what it takes to really be an elite streamer, because you're only as good as your equipment to a certain extent, but you also have to bring the content and everything else on top of that. So that's very important. And, especially, and then on top of that, you got to have the experience with Streamlabs, OBS. You got to know how to integrate different things into your stream and how to use them in a way that's going to transition well in the entire streaming experience, because it's a struggle to make all the graphics work, to make all the annotations, different things like that work, making it flow well, and also make sure you're not dropping frames while you're trying to play the game, because that's the biggest thing, is you got to be able to play the game effectively while also maintaining that happy medium of making sure the stream looks good too. So
yeah,
it's a constant struggle.
I'm gonna add on that real quick, and that's the big reason I had to make the investment into the new laptop that I was using to stream with. Is I noticed I was dropping frames. I was pretty maxed out on anything I could do at that point. I think I was like at 95% usage of the computer, the old one that I had. So I had to go out and make that investment because I wanted to keep doing this and create better content for everyone. So that's just one of the investments I had to go out and make right there. And then I forgot, I'm using a Yeti mic and then just a Logitech webcam for right now, but it's a bigger upgrade from what I had, because I didn't even have a mic for when I first started. So
I gotcha. Yeah, definitely the webcam, having people see your face is something that's very important too. Watching people game without a camera is really tough, and you have to be able to make that engagement with looking at the streamer and also looking at their gameplay, obviously too, and seeing those two coincide is another big component of any good stream. So that's really sweet. Got a comment here from Travis Kagi. The wig brings viewers. I 100% agree, Travis. And that's the thing too, is bringing those things, and that's something we strive for here at Gin Gaming. Is we want people to think outside the box, make their stream something people are going to return to, and also make it stand out for people that might not see their stream or people that are just tuning in, making it something that is very lucrative. That, okay, this guy's funny, I'm going to watch this guy. I like his personality, because you have some people out there that really could care less about the game. But if they like your personality, they like you as a human being, they're going to come back to your stream no matter what. So I think finding that in a Facebook environment is very doable. If you put there's Prime, Team Yonan's #1 fan, been here since day one, brother. Awesome. So look at that, Jeremy. You got some fans, you got people that are in your corner, and I see people throwing you stars and everything like that. And for people that don't know, stars are basically the form of donation that people can give streamers and people that are live on Facebook to show their support for the stream and for everything that they're doing. So really cool stuff. Let's see here. So yeah, man. So that's really sweet. So where do you see yourself kind of blossoming into Gin Gaming? Where do you see Gin Gaming kind of helping you out and really benefiting the development of your stream?
Well, with Gin Gaming, you guys are able to hit a lot more platforms. You're on Facebook, you have your own website with links to all the different stuff. So with Gin Gaming, I see being able to hit bigger markets, bigger audience, the multi-stream that you guys are capable of. And, as far as the technical side, like I said, that's the side that I struggle with the most. So I think having Gin Gaming, being partnered with you guys is a big opportunity to get that assistance that I need as far as, the technical side of things. But yeah, I think it's a great thing that Gin Gaming's got going on, and Gin Pros in general. So I like where things are going, and the technical side is a big thing, though.
It is. We're gonna have a conversation here after the stream about that because I want to talk to you and kind of get everything technically sound with your stream that might not be technically sound right now. I know the graphics are very, very good. Everything is really good. But everything can always be improved. Everything can be made better. So I think just having a network of streamers that we have acquired so far, and we're still looking to gain more streamers too. Obviously, they go through a vetting process to make sure that they have all the equipment, they have the personality that's unique, and the gameplay is just the icing on top. So you obviously have all of that, and we'll talk about that after the stream about it, and I'm excited for that. But I guess let's talk about a little bit how Jeremy got involved with Gin Gaming. So basically, I don't know if you know this story, Jeremy, but Abby Hammond, Austin Petty or AP3's girlfriend, she's good friends with your girlfriend Selena Perkins, and that kind of connection made. Abby's like, yo, I got this guy. His name's Team Yonan. You got to hit him up on Facebook. I think he'd be a great streamer for you guys. So then I checked out your stream. The first thing I saw was just the physique and everything, the entire ensemble. And I'm like, we gotta do what we gotta do to get this guy. So I was really glad that we made that connection. And shouts out to Abby for making that connection and making that happen. So really cool stuff. So tell me about your audience. Tell me about your audience. Who do you have? I mean, you don't have to tell me people specifically, but are there people like in your immediate circle that have, I mean, there's got to be people that are involved in your immediate circle, but I guess what do you do? Maybe this is a good way to start it off. What do you do to gain organic outreach? So basically that means people, how do you acquire those people, and how do you basically try to harness them and bring them into your stream to eventually make them a fan of you?
Well, as far as organic outreach, I have a really close, good group of friends that support me. So I have a great circle around me that when I first started out with the whole streaming thing, they're tuning in every day. Always there. Like I said, Ryan Prine, #1 fan. He's been there. I got a pretty good sized circle that some of them I game with. So every time I'm gaming, or if they're not gaming, they jump in. But I have a really good group of friends, and so with their support, I'd be streaming, no viewers, they jump in. I'd have 5, 6 of them in there at one time. And as far as the organic goes, I'm not exactly sure with how Facebook does it, but I believe you have a tendency to attract more viewers the more viewers you have inside your stream at a time. So, all of them jumping in at once, if someone's scrolling through and they want to see a random streamer or a new streamer, if they see someone with 10 to 12 and they're, watching, they're going to be more apt to click on that streamer and tune in instead of, versus seeing somebody with no views, like, oh, they have no views, I'll just go find someone else to watch. So as far as that goes, I have a great group of friends, that show support all the time. And then also when I first started on Facebook, it's got the, sending out your page invite to everybody. So I did that once. I didn't want to bombard everybody with it, you know what I mean? But I sent that out once, and I think the first time I went live, I had 15 people jump in, more throughout the stream. But it's one of those things. I shared it to my own personal Facebook, and a lot of people didn't know I did this kind of thing, didn't know I gamed or streamed. So then they seen it and they were kind of shocked. I don't know if they came back, but they still took a look at it. So
right. Hey, at least they're tuning in and checking it out. And that's something that a lot of people are pretty reluctant to do, is basically brand themselves. They're doing something extracurricular, like say I'm doing Gen Pros, or you're doing streaming, or whatever anyone's doing. Basically, even if they have their own company, their own clothing line, whatever it is, sometimes people are reluctant to, okay, I don't really want to, target. I want to get people that I don't know. I don't want to brand myself as this kind of person. But I think that is a lot of times the missing link, is you have to make that jump at some point. You have to make it public that this is what I'm doing. I'm passionate about it. And you really have to count on those people that are close to you and in your circle to be your foundation, give you that audience that you need to start out with, and then you can branch off from there, and then hopefully word of mouth and everything does its own thing. And that's the idea behind it. But that's really sweet. I think that we're gonna have to do something, and I got to get more involved with the entire Facebook gaming interface, because it's relatively new still, a lot newer than Twitch. So I think there's a way, because I'll have random streamers. I don't know if you have this happen to you, but I'm on my news feed. and I'll have random streamers just pop up on there. There's got to be an algorithm that can be triggered where you can find yourself, getting in that mainstream and really finding, a lot of organic outreach, because it's definitely possible. I know it is.
Yeah. To touch on that real quick, what's going on, Katie?
Who are the Crusties?
The Crusties that's our friend Katie and my buddy Jake. That's his girlfriend. So yeah, they've been around since day one too. I always game with both of them. Went to high school with both of them as well. So
okay.
Yeah, they're part of that tight circle I said always supports.
There you go. That's good, man. That's sweet. I'm glad they're tuned into the stream. Thank you, Katie. I don't know you personally, but I've seen you gaming with Jeremy before. So keep doing what you're doing and keep showing support. We really appreciate it. There's Selena. I mean, I think I'm the #1 fan, she says. So a little bit of controversy there.
It's a tight circle. Everyone's #1 around here.
Uh-oh. People are fighting for that #1 fan position.
Yep. I just real quick, I want to touch back on what you're saying about the not wanting to brand yourself. Oh, there's another #1 fan popping in.
They're all over the place, man.
But when you're talking about not wanting to brand yourself, yeah, I mean, for me, that was probably the biggest leap. When I was streaming on Twitch, I was kind of reluctant on sharing my Twitch stream to my Facebook because I'm like, oh, man, I work at the fire department, so it's not really something at first. I was like, I don't know if I want to come out. These guys are going to rag on me so bad, about gaming. But once I decided, I said, I don't really care what anyone thinks. So I just finally came out and did it. And then the guys at the fire department found out, started ragging on me, started tuning in. And I said, hey, man, you can hate all you want. A view's a view. So once I got comfortable with all of that, and then it was no big deal after that. And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with is, they don't really want to come out and just, I don't know. But that's definitely one of the things I struggled with at first. And I just said, what, screw it. I don't care what people think. So I'm going to do me.
Exactly. You got to make that decision, make that leap at some point. And basically, without putting it any more bluntly than this, is you just kind of got to get it out of the way, because the faster you get it out of the way, the better off you'll be, because you're going to get it out there. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I want to make something of myself doing this. You're going to have to make that leap at some point. So I think the earlier you make that leap, the better, but definitely a lot of people struggle with that. So you said you worked for the fire department. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and just kind of give people that are watching just a little bit better of an idea of who you are off the camera?
All right. Off the camera. Shoot, you're looking at it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I work full time at the fire department, so that's what I do. That's my day job. It's my full-time job. I've been doing that I'm in my 11th year now, almost going to be 12 years in. So do that full time. Prior to that, I worked at the hospital doing public safety as well. Recently, a few months back, I let that go. So right now, just I work, and then I'm at home. I'm streaming. I guess I'm not really different off the camera than I am on the camera, but in the spare time, I like to enjoy some golfing and some sports, hanging out with friends, getting away on the weekends, doing that kind of thing. But that's one big thing for me. I don't think I'm too much different on camera than I am off the camera. So if you tune into a stream, you're gonna hear me talking about my everyday life, what I do. Talking to friends that I hang out with all the time. So, it's not really any different. So
that's another thing that's also very important too, is making sure that you're not being somebody that you're not on the camera, because you can find yourself forcing different stuff. A great example, but this guy actually does it very well. He has an alter ego. I watch this guy quite a bit, and I like to emulate what he's doing both in my own streams and what we're trying to accomplish here with Jin Gaming. But Dr. Disrespect, I don't know if you know who he is or not. I'm sure you do.
Oh, yeah.
He does a great job of maintaining that alter ego, but being a completely, different person when he's not the doc. But I think that there's very few people that can do that. So people that usually try to force a different ego or a different, personality, a lot of times backfires on them. So I think everybody is better off just being yourself and giving the viewers what they want. They want that organic personality. They want somebody that's going to be, the same off camera that they are on camera. And I think that's another thing that's very important and honestly kind of hard to find nowadays, just on anybody's, stream, whether they're streaming gaming, talk shows, podcasts, anything. So it's very important to maintain that organic personality. So I see you got a shirt behind you that says Team Yonan on it. Can you tell us a little bit? You got some merchandise. I think we talked about that before we went live. Tell us a little bit about your merchandise.
Yeah, so that's something that's brand new within the last week. So we have a golf outing coming up, and actually, the Krusty Queen, Katie Smith herself, I put out to my group on my Facebook page. I said, I'm looking for, because I've known I've always wanted to do some type of merchandise. So I put it out to the group on my page and said, hey, I have needed some ideas for different designs. And, she mentioned, mustache inside, the O of Yonan would be cool or something. So, and then I was messing around. I created the design, came up with it. It worked out perfect. Then I threw the glasses in on it too. Oh, actually, you can actually see it here. But maybe 1 second. But
yeah, I like that design. I like that logo. That logo is sweet.
So it was something, thrown together pretty quick, but I just ran with it. And like I said, we had a golf outing coming up. And so I said, my sister just got a new cricket. She wanted to try that out. So I went out, bought some shirts, bought the materials to do it. And I made, 4 or 5 shirts basically for the golf outing to wear in it. And then in my stream the other day, some people said they wanted them. I was showing off the t-shirts. So I got a couple people that want some. So that's the ones that were made with the cricket. But then I also, Streamlabs actually offers a merchandise store that's integrated right into it. And it's also integrated into my streaming itself. So I went on there, stuck with the same design, and just did some more shirts. The thing, it's a shirt, t-shirt just like these, a hoodie, a coffee cup, and yeah, I think that's it. T-shirt, hoodie, coffee cup, but there's you can get white, gray, navy, and black are the colors that are available on that. And then for the hoodie is gray, white, and baby blue. But yeah, so I have the link of that on my page. It's also on every live stream I have in the description. But it's something I just wanted to try out. I haven't ordered anything through Streamlabs yet, so I'm going to be ordering all of them myself just to try them out. But decided to get that up and going. Eventually, I'm going to get some different designs, but that's what I'm sticking with for right now. So
I like it, man. I like it. You're kind of diversifying what you're doing more than just the streaming. You're bringing the merchandise into it. And eventually, I'm sure you'll bring a lot more into it. See what works, see what doesn't work. And basically, everything's trial and error. I wanted to say trial by fire, which I guess would also be applicable. But that's what the entire streaming business is all about: finding out what works, finding out what doesn't work, compiling and compounding what works, and doing it over and over again, making it replicatable. And that's something that's very important as well. So good deal. Good deal. All right. That brings us around the end of the podcast / live stream for today. Jeremy, you got anything, any last remarks that you want to plug? Anything you want to let people know? Now's your chance.
Check out the merchandise store and tune into the stream. Make sure you hit that like and follow button. But
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So make sure everybody watching the stream right now, head over to Team Yonan on Facebook and shoot them a like, give them a comment, shoot them a DM, do whatever you got to do. Reach out to them and show your support to not only Team Yonan, but Jin Gaming as a whole. So yeah, we're happy to have Jeremy, aka Team Yonan, part of the Gin Pros family. Really happy to have him on the live stream / podcast today. And I'm sure we'll see him many more times in the future. I'll put all his links and all his handles and everything in the description of the podcast. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So make sure to go check that out and share it to everybody you know. Good deal. Good deal. Well, hey, Jeremy, thanks again for tuning in, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good deal. All right, guys, that brings us to the end. Thank you for tuning in to the official Gin Pros podcast. I'm your host, as always, John J. II. Have a great night.